Hi everyone and welcome to our first vlog in the Cyber Resilience series here at Westpol. We are here today with Amaury de Bolle, one of our internal experts. Thank you, Amaury, for joining.
Sure.
Amaury, we are here today to talk about the IT infrastructure and what exactly can we do to protect our precious data.
IT infrastructure nowadays is it still serves as a backbone. So it still forms the lifeline of your most businesses. So going from managing critical data like financial or inventory data and to seamless communications, just like sending out an email, for example, it still forms your backbone of your environment. Your IT infrastructure is still necessary. You need it. So the most important question to ask is actually, how can you safeguard all of your environment? How to protect the data? How to keep your data safe? Every IT infrastructure is different, but they have so many similarities. The environment is still a complex ecosystem comprising of end users, laptops, mobile devices, to servers, network, and software applications you need for your environment. So all of those components, they form a digital nervous system of your environment. Actually, your organization's lifeblood. So just like yourself, you need to take care of yourself. If you get sick, you go to the doctors. They give you a pill.
Yeah.
You'll be healthy again. Same with your environment. You need to protect it. If some bug is entering your environment, malware attacks, phishing attempts, ransomware, data breaches, we need to protect our environment. We need to make sure that we safeguard our environment.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I hear a lot of the environment and protecting it, of course. It's clear that it's very precious thing to do, but how exactly do we protect those precious environments?
We have three levels actually where we can safeguard or protect our environment. And the first line of defense starts actually with the end users. They log into your environment, your laptops, for example, to log into your webmail, for example. So you need to put in your email address, but you make sure if your password is compromised, everyone can access your email. So here at Westpol, we have multi-factor authentication. So you need to put in your email address, and then you need to verify via an app that it is actually you who is accessing your mailbox.
Yeah. The application that you're talking about, that is one of those several systems that we implemented, right?
Yeah, correct. Another one that we have at Westpol is kind of a testing system. We all received training detecting questionable emails with suspicious-looking senders or email or links. So we even have a kind of a testing system in place which sends out emails randomly to everybody in the company at different times. I'll give you an example. For your manager has shared a document with you with a link to the Westpol SharePoint website where you can view the document. But the email address of your manager is incorrect. It's not the one you expect it to be. The link, if you hover over it, is not going to the legitimate Westpol SharePoint URL. So those are the things we get trained on to recognize those items. Yeah. So, and if you, for some reason, will click on the malicious link, it is harmless if it's from the testing system, of course.
Yeah.
It is harmless, but all right, internal IT gets notified that you have been compromised, between quotes, of course. But if those breaches occur on a regular basis, they will recommend you for extra training. So we can improve and improve and improve.
Yeah, that's very valuable, of course, because I remember receiving a lot of those mails in the last couple of months, and I can imagine that if you're not aware and if you're not focused, that you misclick and that you don't see the possible threats of those kind of things.
Yeah, that's correct. But that's the first line. There is also a second level.
Yeah.
That's not on a user basis. That's more on a network basis that we form another line of defense. So you can use the firewalls, you can have intrusion detection, prevention, and anti-malware on the endpoint devices as well. So firewalls will filter actually all the unwanted traffic. The intrusion detection and prevention will actually monitor the network traffic for sign of any attacks and will actively block those malicious activities, which will on the other side reinforce your actual defense based on the network side.
Okay. That was a second line, right?
That was
There's
the second line,
a third one as well.
There is a third one as well. The third line of defense is actually backup. Simple as that. It's just backup. If you have a production environment, you need to have a backup. Most of the time, you need several copies of a backup. A good principle for that is the 3-2-1 principle.
Yeah.
So you have 3 copies of your data. First is your production, as is, and then 2 copies of your production data. The 2 of the 3-2-1 principle is referring to the type of media where the data is stored. Your production is most of the time on disk. Secondary copy is also on disk, and the third copy is mostly on cheaper storage like tape or cloud. You have 3 copies, 2 types of media, and the one from the 3-2-1 is actually referring to the 1 copy that needs to be offsite.
Okay.
Means offsite, like on another site from your company, or cloud, that you can access it remotely if in case of a disaster recovery scenario, that you are able to restore your data from your third copy. Important for the restore scenario is that, of course, you need to test your backup. The backups that you take, you need to test them.
Yeah.
So, on a regular basis, please do that. If you take backups for a year and never test it, you're not sure if they will work in case of a disaster. So, on a regular basis, restore the data. Is it the VM? Restore the VM. Is it some file server? Restore a part of the file server. Test it, validate it. If it's okay,
you feel safe.
You feel safe indeed. You'll get a peace of mind.
Yeah.
So knowing that you will be able to restore in case of a disaster.
There's a lot of emphasis on that because we hear it a lot internally as well. That some companies don't do those kind of things, while it's very urgent that they do it.
Yeah, correct. So that is the most important part. Everybody can take a backup, but you need the knowledge to know what to do with it. But yeah.
And then that kind of knowledge, that's where we, Westpol, and our experts can help.
Yes, indeed. But yeah, it's still, the IT environment, it's still living. It's evolving. So it's more than actually just technology. Your organization is still depending on it. It's like I said before, it's your backbone. It's your lifeblood. So you need actually to invest in robust security protocols, a well-trained staff, because they are actually your first line of defense, and a good backup environment. If you have those 3 in place, you will be capable of safeguarding your digital assets. So, and we at Westpol can actually assist you with that. So you can contact us via email to our experts or account managers. So if you have any questions, please let us know.
Yeah, I think they will, Amaury. Thank you for the time and for the explanation today. Probably and hopefully we will see you again in one of our next vlogs.
Yeah, maybe.
Would love to. Thank you all for watching the first one of our cyber resilience vlog series, and probably until the next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.